Okay guys, part 5 and the final part of this gigantic book haul. And this is probably going to be the last of my big book hauls. I'll still have book hauls because I just can't stop buying. But I'm not going to have another large book haul. I think I'm only going to have those once a month, which is plenty. Because, like I've said before, one of my checks I have major bills, and the other check I hardly have any. Tomorrow is my check where I hardly have any bills, but since I just got this major book haul, I'm not going to go ahead and order another one right now. So it won't be for another 4 weeks if I order another one. But like I said, I'll still have books coming in. Like tomorrow I have 3 books coming in. I already have books in my cart from Amazon. They're from the bargain section. So anyways, these are more like the reference, trivia, all that kind of books. This first one I actually got the other one, and I got it from Amazon last week. It was Why Do Dogs Like Balls? More than 200 Canine Quirks, Curiosities, and Conundrums Revealed. I got this last week from Amazon. They didn't have the cat one on bargain. That was on bargain. But Closeouts did, though. So I got Why Do Cats Bury Their Poop? More than 200 Feline Facts, Fallacies, and Foibles Revealed. So I now have the dog. Oops, the dog and the cat one. The dog one's a lot thicker than the cat one. But they're very interesting. The next one I got is a Reader's Digest book, which I love, and I explained that in one of my other videos. This one is called How Forensics Solved 50 Perfect Murders. Jumped, Fell, or Pushed. So this is how forensics determined if they jumped, so suicide, if they fell, an accident, or if they were pushed, homicide. And the reason why I love these Reader Digest books is, one, they're hardcover. 2, if you take off the book cover, you have the same thing underneath. And then 3, the pages are glossy, which is very nice. And they have just the pictures and that in there. So I really like that. And you know what? I think this is more. Yeah, this is definitely more than when I first got it. I thought, oh, it's instances where they don't know someone jumped, fell, or pushed, and this book's going to go through each of those cases. And no, it's not. As I'm looking through it, like this here's different, the bullets and stuff. It's going through different, here, let me see. How Forensics Solved 50 Perfect Murders. Duh. So, see, contents. On the Trail of a Killer, The Evidence Exchange, Genetic Fingerprints, Blood, Sweat, and Tears, What's Your Poison, Biting the Bullet, Making an Impression, and Writing and On the Record. So, yeah. So it says, jumped, fell, or pushed. Supplemented by an overview of the main disciplines in forensic science and the people involved, Jump, Fell, or Pushed is a fascinating casebook featuring 50 real forensic cases from around the world. Spanning from the mid-1800s to the 21st century, each case presents an overview of the crime and highlights the forensic technique used either to put the suspect behind bars or to prove his or her innocence. So yeah. So it's just... These are just really nice books. These Reader Digest books, they're very nicely put together. I really, really like them. The inside of this too, it's bright yellow. Then the next one I got, this is the book that I was really excited about, and I said that it didn't matter what it was if it did not meet my expectations, because the subject matter itself, the more general subject matter of it, is something I was interested in anyways. But the book is definitely smaller than what I thought, but that's okay because I still love it. It's Metallica, The Stories Behind the Biggest Songs. I love Metallica, especially their older albums. Really don't listen to much of their newer stuff, but I love their older albums. And this is, like it says, the story behind the songs. It is a nice book. It is it's really thick. And you see the cover here inside. It's got pictures. And then the songs, and then like how this, where they came up with it, and they have who wrote it, the length of it, the album it was on, the U.S. single release, the U.K. single release, and the U.K. chart position. Because they started in the U.K., then they came over here. So yeah, this is very, very cool. Very cool. I'm really excited about it. Yeah. Then the next book I got, I'm really excited about. It is so nice. Actually, the next three are the last three. This book, like, I will definitely read this book. I'm not one for history, but I got it because I got it more for my kids, but I will read it. It is The American Presidents, Biographies of the Chief Executives from George Washington through Barack Obama. Revised and updated 11th edition. Look how nice this is. Oh, I didn't realize that. This is a Reader's Digest one too. No wonder it's so nice. Yeah. So I was going through this. I already read a little bit on George Washington. I like that it has, hold on, I'll just start with George Washington, a timeline. So it starts at the timeline. So this has George Washington, the first president of the United States, 1789 to 1797. It goes a timeline from when he was born and then the major things he's done all the way till he died. And then it tells a brief overview of him, and then it goes through, it has like Washington's boyhood, a youthful surveyor, the French and Indian War, planner and legislature, the Revolutionary War. I think George Washington has one of the longer ones. So it goes, and it only tells you a couple paragraphs on each thing, which is nice because of my attention span. And then, of course, then the next president, John Adams, and his little timeline, and then the little things about what he did and stuff. And then also it has some pictures in it. Some black and white pictures. And it's just very, very cool book. Very cool book. I'm just really, really excited about it. Really excited. Yeah. And then in the back it's got the office. So who ran in office under certain presidents. So that's another neat thing. Yeah, so cabinets and leading officials. And then it's got political control of Congress, 1789 to 2011. Which I'm not sure exactly what that is, but it's got that in here. Then you got the making of the presidency. Presidential historic sites. And then your index. Yeah, so this is a very, very nice book. The next two books are kind of, well, the next book's kind of morbid, if you will, in a way. It's a very cool cover, though, I'll tell you that. It's called Final Exits, The Illustrated Encyclopedia of How We Die, by Michael Largo. This is a tall book. But this cover is so neat, and it's like, the way it feels, it's like it's embossed. It feels so neat. But yeah, it's so funny. And then you got the side of it, and the back of it. This is a really cool looking book. And it has all these different ways on way people die, and it's an encyclopedia, so it goes in alphabetical order. And it's so funny. I looked up, actually. I didn't look up. I was just skimming through this when I first got it. It also has pictures in here real quick. And it had litter boxes. I just happened to open the litter boxes. But yeah, it's got golf. I guess you can die playing golf. Going to school, going postal, guns, of course, gone fishing. Headbutts kill more than machine guns. The most deadly cities. And then, yeah, it just tells you, and it's got a few paragraphs on each. So, hairy faces here, hairy all over. So, it's like an encyclopedia where, you know, it goes through a few paragraphs in there for you. Like, I'm just going to read this real quick because it's a short one. Here. When one woman was little, she started a nervous habit of twirling her hair. Then she began putting the ends in her mouth. Eventually, she started to chew her hair and ultimately began to swallow it. Although she ate 3 meals per day in addition to her hair, she died at age 21 from starvation. At the autopsy, a giant hairball known as a trichobezoar, the size of a soccer ball, was removed from her stomach. Hair, which is not digestible, prevented her body from receiving nutrients. That's weird. Very weird. Yeah, so, there's so many weird and just creepy things in here. And just, you know, latex sensitivity. What does it say about the Tilt-A-Whirl? This is the Tilt-A-Whirl, you know, the ride at amusement parks and fairs and stuff. One 31-year-old vertigo patient described his days as living with a time bomb that has a random number generator on the timer. You never know when it's going to blow. Another 46-year-old compared his vertigo as being really drunk and getting stuck on the Tilt-A-Whirl, an amusement park ride, for hours at a time. Oh, okay, they're talking about, vertigo and how people compare it to. Yeah, so, yeah, it's just a very interesting book. On the back it says, we're all going to die. It's in the contract. But how will it happen? Today, although we live longer, people are killed by everything. Bad words, bloodletting, flying cows, frozen toilets, hiccups, laughing, and spontaneous combustion are some of the unexpected causes. According to death certificates, in 1700 there were less than 100 causes of death. Now there are more than 3,000. And the eye-opening and addictive final exits, causes of death, bizarre or common, are alphabetically arranged and include actual accounts of people. They are alphabetically arranged and include actual accounts of people, both famous and ordinary, who died in their own particular way. Thoroughly researched with uncanny historical detail covering burial customs, famous last words, and more than 400 medical and historical illustrations from throughout the ages, Final Exits is more than just a trivia book. It is a portrait in words and numbers of human fate. That's weird. Oh, and then here's another book, The Portable Obituary. Okay. Then the last book I got is a thick hardback. It is so awesome. This one doesn't have it just has a normal cover too. But it's called Let me start over. The Best, Worst, and Most Unusual. Noteworthy Achievements, Events, Feats, and Blunders of Every Conceivable Kind by Bruce Felton and Mark Fowler. So just something else with trivia. Look how thick that is. So it says, you might agree that the worst diet book was Dr. Herman Toller's Calories Don't Count, but what's the best mystery film of all time? Where is the most unusual hotel in the world? And just what is the worst way to swallow a sword? A collection of 2 original volumes of odd miscellany, this is a fascinating compendium of the best, worst, and most unusual aspects of virtually everything. The only book of its size and scope, it includes every possible field of endeavor, from astronomy to taxidermy, sculpture to scatology. Amusing, entertaining, hilarious, bizarre. Felton and Fowler's candidates for infamy are a sure cure for any case of the doldrums. The author sifted through hundreds of critical opinions, news reports, statistics, and records to call the absurd, the great, and the not so great from all walks of life. Can anyone forget Solomon Brown's epic Dentologia, a poem on the diseases of the teeth? Their findings are often humorous, occasionally appalling, and sometimes downright strange. Yeah. So that was the last of the books in my gigantic book haul. So quick recap on these. Jumped, Fell, or Pushed, How Forensics Solve 50 Perfect Murders, a Reader's Digest book. The American Presidents, Biographies of the Chief Executives from George Washington through Barack Obama, another Reader's Digest book. Very thick. Love it. Final Exits, Illustrated Encyclopedia of How We Die by Michael Largo. Metallica, The Stories Behind the Biggest Songs. Why Do Cats Bury Their Poop? More Than 200 Feline Facts, Fallacies, and Foibles Revealed by Margaret H. Bonham and D. Caroline Coyle, Ph.D. And The Best, Worst, and Most Unusual, Noteworthy Achievements, Events, Feats, and Blunders of Every Conceivable Kind by Bruce Felton and Mark Fowler. Another nice big one. So there you have it, guys. Keep watching though, because I do have some miscellaneous videos coming up, book related, I believe. One is a reintroduction of me, and I think there was another one that was book related. Then I have a small haul again tomorrow. So, alright guys,